Hello everybody, welcome back to the Serra channel. So I've been playing Killer Klowns for the past week, and as of recording this video, I am currently level 71 in-game. I thought I'd make a video for you guys to teach you all of the things that I wish I knew when I first started playing. Also, while I don't stream content on my own channel, I'll be playing on FeaR'Chimera's stream over on Twitch to show you guys some advanced strategies on Survivor that should hopefully give you a much greater advantage in these first days after the launch of Killer Klowns. I'll leave a link in the description to the channel, and I hope to see you guys there. Come say hi and learn along with us. First of all, I just want to iterate that Killer Klowns from Outer Space is a heavily RNG-based game. This means that escapes will spawn on random points of the map alongside the items that you need to activate them. You can find key items in containers and sometimes just randomly out in the world. It doesn't seem like there's a set number for how many key items can spawn, so if someone leaves with a key item in their inventory, you're not out of luck. However, it's probably a good idea to drop important items on the ground to help remaining players out before you leave. One of the best items for survivors in this game is the compass, which will show you key items that have been dropped on the floor and the direction that you can find all the escape points. Escape points will be marked with a general escape icon until you walk up to them, but once they're discovered, you can see exactly which escape it is on your compass in the future. There are 5 escapes in the game, but one of them, the ice cream truck, is only available at the very end of a game when the clown apocalypse is triggered. The other 4 escapes require certain key items to activate. All of these escapes can only take 3 people and will become completely unavailable once they are used by 3 survivors. They also close after a certain amount of time, so you cannot hold open an escape. Make sure you don't activate an escape until you are fully ready to leave with the people that you want to leave with. Every escape is marked by neon green lights that you can kind of see from a distance once you get close enough to them. One of the easier escapes, the bridge, requires you to have a key and a strong melee weapon that's in a good condition to break the barricade that's blocking it. Once you break the barricade, you can then use the key to unlock the chains that are keeping you from going inside, and once that's done, you'll be able to cross the bridge and escape. But you have to crouch across it the entire way, because if you run or walk, the condition of the bridge will deteriorate under the weight of your footsteps, sometimes causing a premature collapse that will block the bridge off as an escape for the rest of the game. Once the bridge collapses, it is completely unavailable for everyone that didn't make it all the way across, including survivors that were in the process of crossing. Clowns can also help add to the fragility of the bridge, and if one runs in after you, it can also cause the bridge to collapse. Now, you want to be very careful with how you play the bridge, and it's probably better to just leave it and to try to come back to it if you have clowns on you that interrupt your escape. If they're too far behind you, it won't matter, but you don't want to just run to the bridge and expect to get out if there's clowns there and a bunch of people trying to do the same thing that you are. The portal only requires 2 spark plugs to escape, and is the icon that looks like a little swirly fingerprint on your compass. You must install each spark plug separately and then interact with the portal console in order to turn it on. Once it's on, you disengage from the console and run straight into the vortex that it creates on the ground. This escape is only open for a short amount of time, and if someone is standing in the area that the vortex spawns in, the portal will automatically pull them into the escape. It's very easy for other players to steal the portal from you even if you did all the work to get it started, so don't get too committed to any particular escape point even if you personally installed all of the items that were required for it. The bunker requires a small keycard item and a much larger canister of gasoline. The keycard item takes up 1 small inventory spot just like all of the other key items, but the gasoline must be carried, which will slow you down quite a bit and prevent you from attacking if a clown rolls up on you while you are carrying it. You must pour the gasoline into the generator next to the bunker doors first, and then use the keycard on the small number console that's on the front of the fortified building. The boat also requires a canister of gasoline, but will additionally require a spark plug in order to activate it. The boat always spawns in an area with access to water, so you'll know to look for it near the beach and by rivers. You can insert the gasoline and the spark plug in any order, then you'll have to physically start the engine for the boat. Once all of these minigames have been completed, it'll be smooth sailing for both you and the additional 2 survivors that are hopefully with you. Now, you can take any of these escapes by yourself if you want to be selfish and you have all of the items required, but I've found that it's more rewarding to get your team out and then try to see what else you can do on your own. There's also a thing that can happen where you'll have 3 people ready for an escape while someone's doing the final minigame, and then a 4th person just rolls up out of nowhere and runs through to take your spot before you even get a chance to use the escape that you just worked for. This can be pretty maddening, but it's honestly just a fact of life on this game. There's really no way to stop it from happening, so I'd recommend just getting used to the fact that sometimes you might have to change your plans if a random survivor is determined to piggyback off of your hard work. By far the strangest and most elusive escape in this game is the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck is only available once the clown apocalypse starts, and is kind of like the hatch in Dead by Daylight. It's the last minute escape that spawns on a random point of the map where you see these weird walls full of cotton candy. The ice cream truck bursts through, creating a gap that leads out of the map, and you'll only have 20 seconds to get to it. If you're too far away or if a clown body blocks your escape in some way, you're out of luck. When there's 1 minute left on the Clownpocalypse timer, my friends and I try to get to the middle of the map so we have an equal chance of finding the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck escape is not limited to 3 people and will take anyone who gets there in time. Sometimes if you just get really bad RNG, you might just have to wait it out and see if you can get to the ice cream truck in time to escape. Also, the ice cream truck will not spawn if the clowns manage to hang all of their cotton candy cocoons on hooks and start the Clownpocalypse early. If the Clownpocalypse is forced by the clowns, it is a guaranteed loss for the survivors if they can't activate an escape as the timer is ticking down. If the Clownpocalypse starts naturally, as it does at the end of every game with survivors remaining, then you always have a chance to escape through the ice cream truck. As for combat, there are a wide variety of weapons in this game, but the most important are bladed weapons and guns. Bladed weapons and guns will be marked by a red light when you see them on the ground. Bladed weapons and guns are also the only weapons that can actually kill clowns. In order to kill a clown, you must wait until they are sitting on the floor in their stunned state after you take out their health. And then you must either stab or shoot them directly in their blinking red nose in order to take them out of the game for a short amount of time. In moments where multiple clowns are dead, you want to use the time it takes for them to respawn to get important things done. Clowns lose a lot of pressure when they die, so that's the time to make progress on escapes if you have the items required to do so. There are 2 ways that you can die in Killer Klowns, one by clownality and one by cotton candy cocoon. When a clown downs you, they have the choice to do either. If a clown decides to perform a clownality, then you are out of the game until a teammate uses the resurrection machine to revive you. Resurrection machines are marked by a blue beam shooting into the sky once they are active. However, res machines can only be used once per game. So if someone uses it to get only one person back up at the beginning of the game, anyone who dies after that is completely out of luck. You want to be very careful how you time the use of this resurrection machine. Once it's been used, that's it. Poorly timed resurrections can completely throw games for survivors, so please use a little bit of strategical thinking when you're considering using it. As for cocoon survivors, you can actually escape from a cotton candy cocoon if you have a bladed weapon on you. When you use a weapon to escape a cocoon, the weapon will be destroyed. Spectating survivors can also play mini-games to get you a bladed weapon if you have a free inventory slot open. Teammates can pull you out of a cocoon by just running up and tearing it open with their bare hands, and they can see an icon on their map that shows them exactly where someone is hooked on a cocoon. So if you get cocooned, I recommend you don't choose to die immediately, as there are a lot of ways to be freed from it even if your situation is starting to look bleak. However, if you don't have an inventory slot open, and if it seems like all of your other teammates have abandoned you, it might just be better to hope someone hits the resurrection machine at a later time. Noise is also a very big component in this game, and is probably the only thing that will alert clowns to your location. Running will create a noise icon that follows you. It is very easy to track a running survivor's movement as a clown, so you might want to start moving slower and stealthier if you hear the ominous squeaking of clown shoes in the distance. Failing skill checks will create a much more obvious notification for the clowns, and they can see the noise created by a failed skill check even if they are clear across the map. For clowns, this is the best way to find people, so you want to make sure you're hitting your skill checks correctly and not running around everywhere. Conserving stamina for intense chases with clowns is very important, because low stamina will cause you to slow down dramatically and will pretty much ensure that you're not making it out anytime soon. And I think that's pretty much everything I could think of as the basics for playing Survivor. For me personally, I think Survivor is my favorite role in this game by far. And if you're a person that prefers sweatier gameplay, I think Survivor is definitely the role for you. Considering the game is heavily based on RNG, Survivor is by far the more satisfying role to play because you can ensure a win more effectively and coordinate with your team to get as many people out as possible. With Clown, there are just going to be some situations where people escape and there's not much you could do about it because of the RNG, so it can be kind of frustrating for more competitive players. I also like the customization on Survivor way more. My Survivor is like the cutest person I've ever seen in my life, and I'm in love with her, so I kind of just want to play her all the time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out my other video on the basics of playing as the Killer Klowns, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on asymmetrical games. See ya!